What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Everybody, make sure to like and subscribe as you come in and check out the channel. I got my man Tonkin here today. We got Clayton in here today. Yeah, man. I want to start though. Really, like what we was talking about, like with this WNBA. I thought it was a good weekend for the WNBA. A lot of hype and a lot of buzz surrounding the WNBA. Sabrina Ionescu won the 3-point contest. And then, then they follow it up with that with those t-shirts, man. Pay us what you owe us, right? Now, that's number one on the fuss chart, right? But then you get to the actual game, like we talked about before we came on, Clayton, about I said yesterday, man, I hope that these young ladies don't get out there and hoist up a whole bunch of 3-pointers, trying to emulating what you see in the men's game. And sure enough, when I tune into them, I see everybody just going to that. I guess they had a circle out there where as though you get to shoot the you shoot the 4-point play and all that stuff, man. I was like, oh my God, they dropped the ball on this one.
They had a 4-point shot, like the circle, like you made that. There was a 4-point.
Yeah, just like the circle that you see, like in the big three. You know what I mean? That circle in the big three.
Yeah,
like everybody just going to the circle and shooting the the 4-point shot.
Like I said, Mike, I wasn't surprised. I anticipated it was going to be not competitive and just up and down because like last year they had something to do. They had to get the United States Olympic team ready for the Olympics. So that game was competitive. But this time, you could see it going in. It was just about fun. And then when you look at all the physicality and people getting hurt and stuff like that this year, you knew they wasn't going to go hard in this game, man.
Yeah. Well, at least I thought like the game should at least be competitive though. You know what I mean? Like I was hoping that they wouldn't shoot a whole bunch of 3-pointers because I knew that was going to be a turnoff for the fans. You want to see, at least some type of like Sabrina Ionescu went to the 4-point shot line and Breonna Stewart was right there and could have contested the shot, but then she ducked and kind of like got moved out of the way so Sabrina could shoot the shot, right? And so I'm like, things like that really is not, in my opinion, a good look. Then 151 to 131, something like that.
Yeah.
Damn, that was the score?
Yeah,
it was up there. Because of the 4-point shots. I mean,
he was shooting them and making them, huh?
Yeah, he had 4 of them by himself. It was a lot of them being made. Yeah, right. Okay. Because there was no defense. So the girls can shoot. So when you ain't playing no defense, a 3 is like a free throw.
Yeah. Hey man, good morning, Kent.
Good morning.
Kent says good morning, gentlemen. One word, boring.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I just come on, man. They had the opportunity to set themselves apart, man, from the NBA. Like we said yesterday, Clayton.
Yeah.
All those 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want them. I didn't expect them to play each other hard, like like they do throughout the season. But I want at least a friendly competition.
Now think about this, Mike. If they wouldn't have shooting threes, now you're just shooting layups. But with layups with no resistance, that's even worse.
Yeah,
so the only thing you could possibly do to try to make it a little entertaining was shoot long shots, because layups with no resistance, that's really the worst.
Yeah. Layup. Yeah, either way, you know what I mean? But offer some type of resistance, I remember watching Kobe one time. Kobe went at LeBron and he went at Dwayne Wade, at least for a couple plays, you know what I mean? He like made and the crowd got into that. Like, I mean, Kobe was sliding and making those dudes turn and making it hard for them to score at least for a couple plays. Then Kobe backed off a little bit, but you could see the crowd when Kobe did that, they responded to that. You know what I mean? So go ahead, my fault. Go ahead, Click.
No, you good. I'm just listening.
Yeah.
But you guys remember how the NBA down the stretch, like the All-Star game and then in the fourth quarter, the dudes go at it. You know, they used to go at it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think you can go at each other like that without hurting each other. You know what I mean? Yeah, I ain't saying you got to poke each other in the eyes. You ain't got to pull off nobody weave or nothing
you
like
gotta
that.
Pull that weave or pull that hair.
But you can still offer some type of resistance, man. What Mary Thacker said, how the crowd didn't say anything. It was quiet. And see, I mean, the crowd really couldn't respond to it because it really wasn't, you know.
Yeah.
A little bit though, the crowd did try to kind of urge him on, you know, at certain points in the game. But when you got people just jacking up 4-pointers and offering no resistance, man, I was like, they fell for it. They fell in the same trap that the NBA fell into for all these years. And then on top of that, when I seen them young ladies pull those warm-ups off, right, and they had this pay us what you owe us shirts on. Like, I'm like, man.
Well, see, man, you know, and like I always defer to y'all when it comes to this stuff, man, because y'all more in tune with it than I am, right? Where is this coming from, man? I mean, that just never, you know, 3 years ago, you wouldn't hear nothing like this. And I know the game has become more popular in the last couple seasons. I don't want to get into, you know what I mean, the who or the why behind that, but I'm just saying the game has got, you know what I mean, more popular, and they already, oh man, give us X, Y, Z. Now I know you don't get nothing if you don't ask for it. In some cases, demand it. You know what I'm saying? I know you didn't get nothing, but I'm just saying it just seemed like this was like overnight. It was like it was overnight. Now, you know what I mean? Give us. You know, when the league was operating at a deficit, Clayton spoke on this a while ago, man. You know that they was operating in the red for years. For years. And now all of a sudden, give me. I just don't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all speak on that, man. Where did it really like come from like that?
Well, let me say this though, right? Number one, they lost 40 million. The WNBA lost $40 million last year, right? So I don't know. Maybe I'm like, how can you ask for a raise like if your business is losing money? You know, if you still losing money.
Well, I'm gonna share this, man. And this is where the general public, most people getting this wrong. Now they're not asking for profit sharing because there is no profit.
Right.
To share. Yeah.
Right. But they are asking for revenue share. And there is revenue. So what happens is part of your operating costs is the players. You understand what I'm saying? You got to pay out your shareholders. You got to pay business cost expense. You know, it costs money to put the show on. Part of that cost and operating cost is paying the players. So what they're really asking for is a higher percentage of that revenue share.
A higher percentage of that.
Yes, not profits.
Okay.
So everybody's saying, how can they be asked for money when there ain't no profit? They're not asking for profit sharing, revenue sharing. Now, the problem with it is they may have an opportunity to finally see a profit, but if you increase in the profit, the revenue share of the players, now you run the risk of hindering their chance to even turn a profit. So you kind of keep the league where it's at in a sense with the increase in that. But here again, shareholders, they look for an increase in revenue share. All these people get paid when they get money. And now they got more sponsors coming in. More revenue is coming into the league. Yeah, it is. That's the truth.
Well, and
so they're asking for a better percentage. And now the 50% that the NBA players get, because that's what they get. NBA players get 50% revenue share. So it's like after the owners pay everything they got to pay, then they look at how much they've made. That profit is theirs. It's not the players. right?
Yeah,
So
it's the owners, right? It's the owners.
it's the owners, right?
Right.
So 50% of the revenue share in the WNBA will not make the women make as much as the men.
Yeah, I
They
know
just,
that.
they just asking for 50% because, to be honest with you, they are the product. Now, if the NBA owners and these owners, they want to subsidize that league, that's on them. But they are the product.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I understand that. So Murray Thacker said, I would hate to have paid for those tickets yesterday. And I definitely feel you
I don't
on
blame
that. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that.
Yeah.
Eastside Legend says that last year the CBA, this year is why I believe. I mean,
Oh,
right,
this is the last year of the CBA, so that's why going to the next negotiation. That's why he's taking this stance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And they just had league meetings. They had league meetings Thursday in Indy about the CBA, and all the players were there and stuff.
Let me ask y'all, who's the president of the Players Association? Who is it? Do y'all know?
I know the girl in Seattle is one, and Fee is one. Aguma Gay.
Yeah. Not the one that's on Sports Center.
No, the girl that plays
ESPN.
for Seattle. Yeah, her sister. Yeah, and Fee is one too. Yeah.
So now hold on. I think that the Stewie is representing them too, right? The one from the New York Liberty.
She may be. I know she part of Unrivaled.
Right. Yes, and that's why they said the JS. What would JS say? Terry Jackson is union headquarters.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just think I understand like the revenue share and all that stuff, right? So now, what they're saying is they don't care about like your operating costs. It's just the cost of doing business. Like you said, Clayton, like the young ladies, they are the talent, they are the draw to the league. So they're telling you that like we don't care if you don't make a profit. This is the cost of doing business. You know what I mean? So now, all right. So if they take that approach, this is the cost of doing business. And if you the NBA and you subsidizing this league, and you see the way they act now, and y'all haven't even made a profit, are you encouraged to get to a point where as though you're going to put everything into this league where as though you help make them profitable?
Yeah, I mean, and it's hard for us to say with all the new revenue, it's hard for us to say that they won't turn a profit just because these girls are asking for more of the revenue share. I'm just saying they run the risk of maybe not. Well, we don't know. It's a lot of money coming into this league right now. A lot.
I understand that. I'm just saying though, if you the NBA and you subsidizing these women at this point, and you see how they're acting now, when y'all not even making money, like what is your incentive to even help or try to grow the league or invest any more of your money in there? When you know the more that you make or the bigger the league grow, the more that you know.
Yeah, I mean, well. Nobody has a problem with shareholders when shareholders want what they want and they don't give a damn about your profit. It's the same thing.
They never do.
It's the same thing.
Never do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying, look, I don't like the idea any athlete, sports people, that when they live in your dream, when you live in your dream, I don't like the idea of anybody just constantly putting demands on the money and stuff, because you are in a privileged situation. I don't care. You know, you got some girls in the league making $200,000, $300,000 a year. That's great to play basketball, you know, in my opinion. Now, I'm not going through what they're going through, the training and all that, but I think that's a great living. So I'm not for that anyway. But in the same token, I can't begrudge a person for, you know, wanting what they want when they got to put their bodies on the line, the life on the line, they spending time away from family, things of this nature. And we don't know how much, you know, this league is just, we don't really know the numbers, what's really being generated, you know, so they may have a fair, they might have they might be taking a fair stance a little bit. We don't know. Because, that's one thing about the WNBA's money. It's not transparent.
Yeah.
And then do y'all believe, you know what I'm saying, they looking across at what the NBA just got with that new TV deal they just got, they salary cap on every team just went up.
Yeah.
Those contracts that them guys are signing over there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course they shouldn't be in that ballpark. And I'm not claiming that they're arguing that. But I'm just saying you know what I'm saying, should be in a better situation. The players I'm speaking of, they saying we should be in a better financial situation than what we are in now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think their revenue share is ridiculously low.
Whose share is low?
The women.
The women.
Yeah, I don't even think it's 20%.
Yeah. All right, let me say this about what the women get paid. Like, now I'm not sure. I do think that the women should be getting paid more than what they're getting paid. I agree with that. But I also think that it's like bad. In my opinion, like I think they should wait a little bit longer until the league gets a little bit more successful too, whereas though when they start asking for more money, because I think they're playing their hand a little bit too fast. So, and I don't think that they should expect, like you said, like the same amount of money like what the NBA get, because they don't, they don't make the kind of money, draw that type of revenue that the NBA is drawing. Mm-hmm. So
when you start, excuse me, Clayton.
No, you good.
When you start hearing talks that with this NIL and stuff going on, when you start hearing talks that a lot of them players are doing better financially, staying in school, than they would be coming in the WNBA. I think that carries a lot of weight, and that leads to the argument where as though they need to, get an up in salary. Because if I stay in school, man, once I go pro, I'm taking a pay cut. Now I know that ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I know it's for everybody, but but go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Let me
right now they getting 20% of the revenue share.
Yeah.
Some can say that's egregious. 20%.
What you think?
Operating costs.
What you think a fair number, Clayton? What would you think would be like a fair number?
I mean, if it ain't 50, it could at least be in the high 30s, 40, something comparable in the 30s at least. That's egregious.
So all right. So Carla 124 says, knock their asses out. They don't deserve anything. Only Caitlin Clark should be getting paid. So
everybody's basing it on profit.
All right, that's what I'm saying. All right, so that's what I'm saying. Let's change the conversation. Change the conversation from not to profit but from just like the cost of doing business. I think people can relate to that more so than they can like profit sharing.
Yeah.
Cost of doing business, right? And so if you look at it from the cost of if you open a restaurant, whatever it costs to put food and alcohol in there, you're going to have to pay whatever it costs to get the food and alcohol in there, because that is what brings people to your establishment, right?
Yes.
So when you look at it like that, right, I understand that. But the timing, right? I just think that the timing of them wearing the shirts doing the doing the All-Star game, I just think that I don't know.
And they feel as though that they're old. You know what I'm saying? They feel as though that they're old more than what they get. That's what the shirt say. They're old more than what they are currently paid. And I'm not arguing that one way or the other. I'm not saying that they're wrong or right. You know what I'm saying? But they're putting it out there that y'all owe us this, right? So, and like my man said in the comments, the CBA is about to be up. So that's when you start asking for more. You know what I mean? For the contract. That's how you do.
Yeah.
And I guess you go like Clayton said, we're gonna ask for 50%, knowing that we're not gonna get it, but that's what you asked for. You understand? And then they bring it down, the negotiations start.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be interesting to see if it comes to a lockout or a strike, or you know what I'm saying, or if it comes to that.
And no matter how we want to look at it, right? More money is coming into this league, and it's because of the women. So that's your product, right? So you have to invest in your product. You You want to invest back into your product because your product ultimately is going to make you whatever it's going to make you. So you know what I'm saying? That's like trying to sell people tennis shoes, right? And you keep selling them flimsy tennis shoes. You don't want to put no money back into the tennis shoe to make it really good. Sometimes you got to spend money to really make money.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
true. You know?
That's true.
All right. Let me see. Retro hairstylist, welcome back to the chat.
Hey.
Happy Sunday to you.
What's up,
Yeah, man. But now, I could go back to like what you said, Clayton, about like the cost of doing business. When you look at it like that, all right. So when you look at it from the point of view, like I said, with the restaurant, you're gonna pay whatever it costs, like whatever your food costs, whatever your alcohol costs. If you want to open those doors, you're gonna pay that food and alcohol, right? That food and beverage, right? And so that when you look at it like that, now the owners, all right. So from the owner standpoint, and most people are, when you look at it, most people say, well, all right, it's about the profits. So the owners, most people are on the owner's side when they look at it, because there ain't no profits. So how y'all expect to get profits? But when you look at it from the other side, the owners, really what the owners do is make the athletes, and they do this in all sports, they make the athletes look like they greedy, like they asking for too much. You know what I mean?
And the public always side with the owners, like you just said, Mike. The public always side with the owners. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me, man.
Yeah. So, and I'm not saying that I don't have, either way, my income not gonna go up either way. But I'm glad Clayton put it the way he put it, because then that just add a different perspective to it. And so now, you know what I mean. You don't want to always drag these young ladies and be like, man, come on now, we not
right. Right.
They are the food and beverage in this restaurant.
Yeah. Now speaking of the TV deal and what the NBA just got, now this one thing I will say that speaks to this point. The new media deal that the W got, it's just a part of the NBA's media deal.
What you mean, like revenue as far as the money they got?
So the NBA got a media deal, and out of their media deal, they awarded the W the $200 million. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So
they
still negotiating as a one thing, So so that speaks to a little bit more like these owners are really throwing you something. But they should, because if you decided to create this league, subsidize this league, do that, and you still doing it, right? I can't think that you're just doing this forever, not seeking a profit, and you're not getting nothing.
No, but I think Clayton, the owners getting their back on the deals that they make with the TV deals, for the NBA. I think that's how they get theirs back.
Yeah, they get theirs back. They
get theirs back.
So and with more league interests like this, man, you got corporations really coming in now.
Right. Right.
Let me read. JS wrote that. Let me see. For the WNBA to exist for 29 years, there's something in it for the owners. Otherwise, it wouldn't last long. One owner spoke up last season, but that was short-lived, right? And so, that's a good point.
I think Adam Silver, man. I don't think they'll never say it, but I think it's like required. You're required to put up whatever the number is to help fund the WNBA. Each owner in the NBA is probably required every year to put up X amount of dollars to help sustain that league. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, you'll get made whole on whatever deals we make Outside of that, like whatever TV deal and things like that, you'll get your money back off of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I think. I don't know.
I think initially though, when they decided to do it, I think all of them had to agree first.
Oh,
and
cool.
now, and now there may be a standard. Like when you coming in, if you buying a new franchise or something, it may be a standard.
And so Patrick Murphy says that these girls should have taken an economics 101 class before they are to negotiate for new contracts. It will also teach them about how contracts work, right? And it never hurts.
Well, the CBA contract is expiring,
right?
So they're just trying to negotiate a new one.
That's right.
I don't really understand that statement.
Yeah, but see, he might not know that, Clayton. But you know what I'm saying. But that's how you do. You know what I'm saying. The one about to expire, so we getting ahead of negotiations for the next one. You know what I'm saying.
The next one,
right.
All right. So, Retro Hairstylist says, health insurance, travel costs, liability insurance, arena cost, salary, salaries, security. You know, So let me ask Retro Hairstylist this, right? Because from what I believe, she's an entrepreneur herself, right? And so in order for her to open the doors to her business, I know she understands that there are certain, and like she just listed, it's certain costs that come along with doing business before she can even open the doors to her business. And you just have to soak up those costs. So what Clayton just explained to us now, that these young ladies are the cost of, they are operating costs, like what it costs to open the door to this business. Not just Caitlin Clark, but Sakalia, you know, Ryan, what's the young lady? Ryan Howard, all of these, you know, Enrique, all of these young ladies, they are what is considered operating costs. And so if you look at it like that, then it's a whole nother perspective, right?
Yes.
And it's interesting.
Yeah.
You gotta pay everybody's salaries. You know what I'm saying? With everything that she just mentioned, she just listed, all that got to be like an escrow before the season even starts. All that got to be put up before the season even starts. So whatever, like you said, Clayton say the operating cost, let's just say is, you know what I mean, $7-8 million. That got to be put up before the season even starts. They got to be put up in the escrow account. Then everything comes in is the owner's to keep.
That's theirs.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, and that's true. Mary Thacker says that you know, but if CC isn't playing, ratings go down. And so it's different ways. I think that they you know, like in some ways the WNBA and they hurt themselves in some ways, whereas though I think they could make their case stronger for you know, to get more money. Some kind of way they play into like the owner's hands. You know what I mean? And certain things we get to overlook because they play into the owner's hands.
Now what that young lady said, right? That when CC don't play, the ratings go down. That's true, but they've already negotiated a media deal because of CC. So that's part of the risk you take when you decide to get in bid and you've given them $200 million for a new media deal because of the popularity of this young lady and all the eyes she's bringing. But now that deal is sealed. It's done. So whether she playing or not, you still have that media deal.
Yeah.
And a product has to get put on television. Right?
Right.
So these women, I don't think they're completely out of bounds. Now, I didn't like the t-shirt, pay us what you owe us, because I like to think that, you know, you're in a position to be grateful. But, you know, they aren't out of bounds trying to get more percentage. They're not out of bounds at all.
Yeah.
So they've started negotiating this new contract, the new CBA. They've started negotiating it already, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Terrence Jefferson says, been losing money for years now, expecting more money. Where they do that at? Yeah, and so I think a lot of people looking at it like that.
Yeah.
They're looking at it like that.
But Mike, they got to put that on the owners. The owners been losing money for years. Why they keep doing it? Don't blame the girls.
And so
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the women are getting blamed for because they say like the product that's out on the floor is not generating like the attention and it's not putting butts in the seat. And so now that's why Caitlin Clark gets so much attention because like people coming out to see her, right? Because you know people like to watch her.
Now I was going to say that too. Like if somebody just put up not too long ago something in it for the owners. You know, one thing about them owners, they're businessmen and women first. Before they're fans, they're businessmen and women first. We seen teams make moves based solely on business.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, being a fan of the team that they own. So it's always business first for them. So they gotta be, like I said, they gotta be like somebody commented on it. It has to be something in it for them to stay in it.
Yeah.
Because one thing about businessmen and women, they're not into losing money year after year after year after
right.
year. So,
right.
Yeah. And for somebody said in the comments, they said for 29 years. So you know, like who operates a business for 29 years when you're losing money?
Exactly. Right.
Retro hairstylist says the players are the product.
Yes.
If the product is not selling, the owners are losing. Right?
Yes.
So what some would argue it's an inferior product.
Say that again, Tom.
Some people might argue that it's an inferior product that's being presented or that's being put out there. That's why it's not selling, so to speak. You feel what I'm saying? Because the product isn't that good. How do you fix that?
And so you're right. Some people for years have, part of the problem they say it's an inferior product, and then another part says that they haven't been marketing this product the right way. Remember, we spoke about them putting this on the what channel was it? On the Lifetime channel, right?
Yeah, Hallmark channel or something like that.
So that goes into marketing, right? And so, but I think there has always been talent. In my opinion, I think there's always been talent in the WNBA, you know, and that's because my daughter played basketball. I've been watching, you know, I mean, I'm just a basketball junkie. So I like basketball. So I always thought it was talent there, you know.
And
but
I like to believe that the NBA wanted to put them on better television, but the television networks didn't want the product.
Yeah,
they only can take it to where they could take it. You know what I'm saying? Until it start getting more popular. So everything that's going on with the W, it's all about public interest. That's all. It's all about public interest.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I mean, you can't be wrong because, like, we witness to that when we see somebody like Caitlin Clark come along. You know. All right, so Eastside, what's up? What's up, Eastside? Welcome back.
What's up, bro?
What's up?
Eastside says the WNBA owners don't want Unrivaled and the players playing elsewhere. So I'm surprised that the owners are not talking about the conflict of interest. Maybe they will, but not yet. I don't believe, right? And so I think there's a conflict of interest when you have Breonna Stewart and Nafisa Collier representing the players and also having a stake in the success of their league, the Unrivaled League.
See, I don't think it's a conflict of interest.
You know,
I did it first, but when you really think about it, it's not. The reason it's not is because you're talking about a 3-on-3 basketball league during the off season. If anything, it's working in conjunction with the W. Now you're keeping these girls home. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's a prep. It's preparation to lead into the W, which can create great basketball for the W. You know what I'm saying? So I think to me, it's more working hand in hand.
I understand what you're saying, but I think that it depends on if the WNBA sees it like that. You know what I mean? They take college basketball. They see college basketball like that because those two institutions have existed together, coexisted for years already, right?
Yeah.
But like a new startup league like that, they may not see them as, you know.
And
But it's not.
no, real quick. And they might look at that Unrivaled as their star players taking a risk, you know, being injured and things like that, and then you can't come play for the Fever or the Sparks or Liberty. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like we don't want you being a part of that league per se because you can go over there and get hurt.
But that's always been the case. They was going overseas, getting hurt, taking the risk. You know what I mean? So, but it's not like they run that league during the. It's not going and it's not coinciding at the same time with the W. You know, that's like dead space. I mean, I don't know, but and it's not like if the WNBA shut down, all of a sudden everybody, all these players in the league gonna want to play 3-on-3 basketball. I just don't believe that. It's a 3-on-3 basketball league.
And another thing is think about going overseas. You know, that's to a different country or something. I don't think they want a rival league here in the States. You know what I mean? And like you said, it's 3-on-3, so it ain't really the same. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really the same.
Yeah. But you know, the NBA is not really like the big three with this guy named Ice Cube. They not really keen on that idea either. You know what I mean? And I said that because like once you belong to the NBA, even though you're retired, I
don't get that. They retired. Yeah,
they retired.
But you are still considered NBA a commodity for lesser terms. Like you're considered to be part of like a commodity to them.
How so, Mike? How so?
Because if somebody else can profit off of you, knowing that you had you connected to the NBA, they want to be able to make that money, not somebody else. You know, like you draw. That's why they give you titles like Hall of Famer, NBA basketball player. So when you market that, that's marketable. You know what I mean? Because that title comes from the NBA.
No, I agree. But it's not like the NBA has a 3-on-3 league, though. You know, I can understand it if they didn't. I mean, if they did, then you look at O'Shea like, oh man, he's competing. You know what I'm saying? He's competing with what we have. But these guys are gone out of the game and they just playing something, you know, outside of the NBA. But that's just the NBA man wielding a big sword, man. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
Yeah, but, that's it. That's something that like we couldn't relate to. Like you know what I mean? Like if you left my employment and you started to work for somewhere else, you know, like why wouldn't concern me at all. You know what I mean? But like that's just something that we can't relate to because we don't have the kind of control and the kind of reach that they have. So that's why like we wouldn't be able to fathom like once you leave here, you know, you can do what you want to do.
Right.
But, let me see. JS wrote that if there was no revenue sharing, less than a handful of these teams would be successful. That's why Caitlin is their bag, but they treat her like they treat her like, you know. So you get it, right? So all right. So that's true. But to say that, that's why I'm thinking, why the WNBA did not lean into the success that they gained from Caitlin Clark, like other professional sports, like Tiger Woods in golf. You know what I mean? Like that would help out the players. It would help out the WNBA, the league, if they linked into that success or the popularity that she brings to the league. And it would give them more leverage.
I'm gonna get killed for this, man, but it's who you got running, who's sitting at the top of those organizations, man, who's really the ones at the very top making decisions. You bring up an excellent point when it comes to Tiger Woods, man. He didn't look like the average golf player. He didn't talk like the average golf player. But when he played, he showed up. Not only he brought in people like myself who never watched golf in his life, never was even interested in it.
Right.
To tune in, especially on Sundays, on the back nine to see if he could finish off. Then the purses, the winnings, not just for him, for everyone on the tour went up. They went up. And like you say, Mike, they embraced that. They leaned into it. I don't think on this WNBA side, I don't think they're looking at it that way. They're not looking at the big picture. They're not looking at it like this is great for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They looking at it where as though she's not, speaking about Caitlyn, she's not better than so she's not coming to save us. She's not this and she's not.
Right.
So they're pushing back against something that'll benefit them all. It'll benefit them all. They just accepted that, leaned into it. You know what I'm saying?
So she is actually leverage. If you want to go into your bargaining agreement, you know what I mean? Like she is actually leverage. But I don't go ahead.
And I think the players union is using her for leverage. I believe they are discussing that. I believe they are using her for leverage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just and Tom, you made great points, and Mike, y'all making great points. But I'm just confused when people say the W is not leaning into her popularity. When I see in every turn they throwing the fever on. I just don't understand.
I'm not talking about that part of it.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
the players.
Right.
Well, the players, but see, this is the thing with the players. The players don't got no control over the marketing and the growth. They can complain and whine all they want. League officials, the PR, the office, all them, they are determining to lean into Caitlyn. Them players gonna keep complaining.
Well,
but that's not stopping them from.
Well, let me say this though. If you have real leadership, if you have Nafisa Collier, you have what's the other young lady name? Breonna Stewart.
Breonna's not in it. She's not in it. I know what you're saying though, but
no, but she's considered to be like she's somebody who's highly respected around the league.
Sabrina
Ionescu, and you name any of these young ladies who are who've been in the league for a while, right? And if they put word out and they let these young ladies around the league know that it's best for us if we lean into. But I think the same thing happened with Tiger Woods. You had some guys who came out and said some disparaging things about Tiger Woods, but word got around that look, I don't care if you like Tiger Woods or not, but he's good for the sport.
Absolutely.
So word need to get around to these young ladies. Like if you want, we have more leverage around the league if you lean into the situation, whether you appreciate it or whether you like it or not. From a business standpoint, it's just wiser.
But I just don't think they're leaning into it, accepting and praising her. I don't think that's going to change the negotiation and the financial situation regardless. These owners know what they got in Caitlyn. The league knows what they got.
Do you think they would use that against them though? Now say that they don't lean into it, like you say, do you think at the bargaining table, the owners, because you know they shrewd, man. Them owners, they shrewd, man, and you like they could use that against the WNBA players at the bargaining table, that they not really, that they not really on this way where to help grow the game. They could use that against them, and it'll hurt them negotiations.
The challenge with that is you have real metrics. The players union have real metrics to use, and so do the owners. And the real metric is Caitlyn's popularity has increased numbers. So us bickering with her is not creating a decline in your viewership. So you can say that, but the metrics are real. So if I'm smart, I'm going in with data. I don't give a fuck about this one not liking her and they trying to dog her shine. That don't matter. People watch Caitlyn, regardless of who trying to dog her shine.
But I'm gonna say this, right? And I'm gonna use an example that we all can relate to. Back when Jordan was losing to Detroit, right? And they said he complained to David Stern, whatever, right? David Stern knew for this game to grow and get to where I wanted to be as a commissioner.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan has to be taken care of.
Yes, that part.
He has to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So you're going maybe you gotta officiate the game different.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe
that
you gotta
part.
The game. You can't let nobody get away with no cheap shots.
Yes.
You couldn't do that to Mike at the first time. You couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So they might have to go that way.
That's what
Caitlyn. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Caitlyn, not necessarily a hands-off approach, but
No.
you got to be like, you know what I mean? Because she's good for the game.
Yes.
Stern was smart enough to understand that Jordan was
Yes.
good for the
For the
brand,
game.
to grow the brand. You understand what I'm saying? And
Yes.
that's why I say, man, if
Right.
people high up, man,
Detroit didn't stop beating him up because all of a sudden they say he's best for the league. Detroit stopped beating their ass up because of the officiating and shit that came down as a result of it. That's why they stopped.
That's right.
That's good shit, Talk. That's real.
That's
Jim, my man Jim, Viking Jim.
What's up,
says
Jim?
that,
What's up, Jim?
I want to get a hold of that Christine Brennan's book. I guess she spills all the tea about the W's failing leadership failings, right? And yeah, I think
I didn't get
I'm
to
not
that
sure,
part.
though, if they're going to like you said, well, like y'all said, like if it's to get the players to lean into this situation, help me help you. It's almost that type of situation, like help me to help you, because you know it really don't make any sense. Well, let me ask you this, because sometimes you can.
That's true.
Before I read retro.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm listening, Mike. I'm sorry.
Sometimes you can help people, or you can try to fit into people with people, and it won't. It'll bring you down, right? And so, my fault, Tom. With Caitlin Clark wearing this "Pay Us" T-shirt, right? She don't really have to wear that T-shirt because she already getting paid. But to ingratiate herself with her peers, you know what I mean, around the league, she's doing that. Whereas though I think it should be the other way around, because she is like Retro said that Caitlin is the bag. It should be the other way around, where the players should be trying to get on par with what Caitlin Clark is to the league, instead of her trying to ingratiate herself to them.
And the thing about Caitlin Clark, I don't, you know, her showing solidarity, that's not a surprise. I never looked at her the little bit of time I've been, you know what I mean, watching her or whatever. I never looked at her like she carries herself like she bigger than the rest of the players, or she bigger than the game or anything like that. You know what I mean? So her T-shirt don't, you know what I mean, don't surprise me. Just the little bit of time, you know, y'all can speak more on it because y'all been down with it a lot longer than I have. Yeah, that don't surprise me none. You know what I'm saying?
You making great sense.
Yeah, and just think if she wouldn't have did it, that would have been, you know what I'm saying?
More resentment.
Right. Then the owners could use that. Well, look, the star player not even thinking, not even on the same page with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, all these little tactics, you know, when it's time to negotiate, you know.
So is this the statement I had right here? Retro said that Team Clark did not want to wear the T-shirt last night per interview Kelsey Plum division with the league, and I thought it would have been a wise decision for her not to wear the T-shirt, but
part of that is accurate, but I don't know if they didn't want to wear the T-shirt, but I know that Kelsey Plum, she tried to throw shade on Caitlin again. She was saying, I don't want to be a snitch, but nobody from Team Clark came to the meeting about the T-shirt.
What does Team Clark mean, though, Clayton? What that mean?
That was the All-Star. So you had Team Collier and Team Clark. They had the two most votes. So everybody that Caitlin picked her team, none of them showed up to the meeting. And Sabrina looked at her, shook her head. She was like, well, that didn't have to be brought up, you know. And then Kelsey tried to change it. I'm just trying to make it light or whatever. So they weren't even at the meeting. You understand? So I don't even know how much, you know, they really, that's their mindset, but the mindset is solidarity. So we went on and wore it, you know.
Just that statement alone from Kelsey Plum, though, just tells a whole lot about, like,
it does,
how they take every opportunity to shade Caitlin Clark, number one, and and to step on their own toes.
I'm about to say that, man. I'm about to say that, man. They shooting themselves in the foot, man. They shooting themselves in the foot. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Don't think the owners not sitting back, taking notes. And when they come negotiating, man, I'm telling they're gonna use every tool at their arsenal, man. You know what I mean? To push back on them young women asking for more money, man. They're gonna use every tool at their disposal as to why we shouldn't give y'all more. You know what I mean?
So let me I know y'all, Clayton, you already answered this though, but Antoine Baker want to know how are the players not accepting her though? And I mean, it's basically, I don't know how. I think it come down to ego. You know, you could draw the line like where it comes to like competitiveness, like everybody want to compete against, but like when it comes to a certain point where it benefits all of us, and I think the ego thing probably should go out the window.
Going back to another example. Remember the rumor that Isaiah was freezing Mike out in the All-Star game. Remember?
Yeah,
that was a
same thing.
So it's not like that's something that's unheard of or it don't
happen.
That stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? People are human and they got their own, you know what I'm saying, hang-ups about whatever. That stuff happens.
They human.
But let me say this though. That's why history is important. So if now I know these I'm old enough to remember, and we are old enough to remember what Mike and Isaiah went through, right? So and I seriously doubt that these young ladies that's in the league now remember Mike and Isaiah. They probably wasn't even born about that time.
Right.
So, but still, you know, you have to have people in your corner who recognize, you know, like this history repeating itself. And so this is how, you know, they handled it the last time. You know, that's why it's important to know your history, because you can't, if you don't, then you'll continue to make the same mistakes, you know. And so, I don't get it. Why they not, you know.
But you know, we all know history, right? And then there's something that's called human nature, and there's something that's called who we are, and there's some things we just can't resist doing. So envy, jealousy, and these things, regardless of how we seen it play out, you can go all the way back to Cain and Abel.
That's right.
And he killed his brother behind jealousy, but it don't stop jealousy from raising its ugly head and people reacting to that energy, right? So that's just how it goes, man. You know, you can't.
Element anytime you got the human element, that's gonna happen. That's
gonna happen. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah.
That's why, you know, like I said. But all right. So now, Clayton, you have that Christine Brennan book, don't you?
Yeah. I see her question. Yeah, tell her I'm reading it. I'm just in the chapter called "You Can't See Me." I'm not all the way through it yet. But I'm reading it.
Let me see what.
But it's not like I haven't found like crazy bombshells yet. But like I said, I'm not all the way through it. I like it though, because it's giving you more of an insight on. I like the way she put it together. The author, I like the way she put it together. Yeah.
Okay, so Retro says she just got hers Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
man.
I hope it's not a situation where, and like Tom said, I just think that, you know, like the way, I don't know who is advising. First of all, I don't know who is advising the WNBA players. Like who is their strategist? Because a lot of what they do, it works against them, and it works towards like the owner favor. You know, it works towards like the owner's favor. Like the owners be like, you know, the public, they could do some things to really to sway the public, to get the public to be more so on their side than the owners.
That could be true, but I'm just gonna say this. The general public at this point is really Caitlin Clark fans. Let's be real. And ain't nobody leaving that girl. I don't mean
I think they make up. I think that make up the majority of the fans.
The majority, yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah.
be popular fan here and there. Just
Yeah,
like you two. Y'all fans of the game. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fans of the game, women's basketball, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, man, going into the negotiations, man, with them owners, man, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta you gotta show that solidarity. You gotta show that we all on the same page. You gotta show that all our ducks are in a row. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna be taking shots at it. They're gonna be taking shots at everything. You know what I mean? And they might say, well, your biggest cash cow, I don't even think you should be at the table and things like that,
Hey, I wanna Antoine Walker says, y'all brothers just like the drama of the situation. When you sit back and you really look at it, you'll see that there's nothing there, right? I'm gonna respond first. If y'all want to respond, y'all can respond, right? I always look at situations because I like to look at it from a historical type of situation, right? Like, how can I learn from the situation? And like I brought up a second ago when we saw what happened with Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, right? And so what I'm trying to do, like if you are a young person and you making decisions, sometimes you want to lean on somebody with more experience and somebody who's been somewhere and somebody who has seen these type of situations, because I don't believe that there's anything new under the sun. And so with that being said, why should you make the same mistakes that the generation before you made it when you don't have to? It's basically like having each generation start all over again. The owners, they have a team, a playbook that they're using, and it's working to their advantage. But the players are making every mistake that Isaiah Thomas made. He making the mistakes that whatever people had to say disparaging about Tiger Woods, they're making all of those mistakes. When you don't have to make those mistakes, when you can just have somebody who is knowledgeable about these kind of situations and can help you, it's just not necessary in my opinion. But yeah, the drama is cool too with it.
Yeah. I just think that all of this is part of what's going to be. So I don't really, I like to observe it, evaluate, I give my opinion on it, but it's not, to me, I don't think there's no mistakes being made. I just think this is just part of the narrative and the story. Every sports league go through negotiations, all this stuff. We've seen all this stuff before. Yeah. So I doubt very seriously if the WNBA don't come to an agreement. I doubt it very seriously,
I agree. Yeah. I don't see them being locked out or striking or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if both sides come away from the deal, you know it was the right deal. You know what I mean? If the players walk away, they mad, and the owners walk away, they mad. 9 times out of 10, that was the right deal that got me.
Yeah.
So my man Kent Carlson said, gentlemen, Antoine stirs the pot. We see him often in our chats. Hey, it's all good though.
We don't take debate on that. We don't take debate on that.
It's all good. It's all good. Pope. Hey, Pope, what's up, man? Welcome back to the chat, Pope. Yeah, man. I subscribe to Pope. I watch
I did too.
Yeah, man. Pope, keep up the good work, no doubt.
Tell him, man. I know he tripping. I know he joking, but yeah, they got fathers, man. Some of them got fathers.
Yeah. Jim say, I'm here for the drama too. Yeah, man. I'm saying ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm here for the drama. Ain't nothing wrong with the drama, man. That's we like to watch a dumpster fire of time to time. It's all good, man. Yeah, man. Somebody had said something else on there. Let me see. Jehovah Sugar said the CBA talks with the WNBA PA be just as contentious, but somehow the women are I just think
that's facts.
I agree.
Right. He's saying the NBA PA it's the same deal, but the women are getting a bad rap behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, but All right, so do you think like the women take it more personal though than what men take it? Like men might just say, or it's just like the stereotypes and stuff like that, like play out differently when you're doing business as a woman.
Well, the only women I hear speak on the negotiations really is Fee, because she's a vice president, and the girl in Seattle, Agumagay. And they speak very eloquent. I don't hear any personal. I don't feel any personal venom or vitriol coming from Fee. They asked Fee how it was going, and you hear all these reports about how it went south. She said, "I think it's going good right now." So I don't know if they taking it personal. I think Fee got the right mindset for this. Yeah. She really does.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I don't want to perpetuate no stereotypes. You know what I mean?
Oh no, she good.
Like
no, cool. She good. She good. More than the fans are running with this shit more than the players. It's almost like the players understand the process.
That's how it normally is.
Yeah.
That's how it normally is.
Yeah. Let me see. Retro says, why has every team moved to a bigger arena when they play the Fever? The Sky has, let me see, the Sky can't sell out 6,000 seat arenas while the Fever is selling out 17,000 seat arenas. Yeah, that's
you know why. You know why, Retro. Say less. You only have to say
it. Yeah, man.
Damn, man, that's just weird, man. That's just weird. That I don't know, man. Because like I say, just like the example Mike used with Tiger Woods, man, how and them salaries are still up because of him. Them tournaments are still up because of Tiger Woods. Yeah. And you know what I mean? He hardly even plays anymore. He hardly on the tour anymore, man. And man, that's just.
Let me tell you something, man. I never watched golf, right? I started watching, and I think it was '96 when he ran away with the Masters. He had that record-breaking tournament, and I started watching, man. I started liking other golfers. I started liking, and then even recently when he came back and won the Masters, his last Master win, I started liking that guy Brooke Koepka. Okay. And David Johnson and some of these. I started liking some of these guys, man. So that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing in a nutshell. Same thing's happening with the W, man. I started watching and I fell in love with Fee last year. She was my girl going into the playoffs, man. And I liked Enrique. I started liking Jewel Lloyd. Started liking other players. So, that's how it works.
They about to get married, ain't they? Bam down Miami and
Asia.
Yeah, they about to get married, ain't they?
I don't know.
I don't know if they get married, but I know they together. Like
Okay.
Yeah, I watched Rory McIlroy too. I started watching him too.
Yeah.
I even watched Phil Mickelson, but I watched him because I wanted to not like him. Yeah, I didn't like him.
And he a lefty too. He a lefty.
Yeah, lefty. Yeah. So it even gave me a villain. It's all good, man.
And it's crazy. It's crazy, like how, like you said, like once one player just introduced you to that. I even bought golf shoes, and I never played golf at one time.
Right. Now I don't know when, man, he an avid golfer. I don't know when he got into it or not. I don't know if it was before Tiger or he was during the height of Tiger, his peak or whatever. But a lot of people started taking up the game because of Tiger. You know what I'm saying?
So, now, if you're taking up the game, now you got to buy the equipment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to pay to go onto the course.
Yeah.
People paying for lessons.
Man, golf
is an expensive hobby, boy.
Yeah.
It is, boy.
Can you imagine how much money they made since this guy came to? Can you imagine how much money they made since Tiger came to golf?
Yeah. Tiger Woods t-shirts. Polo shirts. You know what I mean?
I got those shirts too.
Man, those shirts was going for like $75, $80.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
One man infused the whole golf industry, whether you're a mom and pop store selling stuff or a major corporation or TV. One man Come on, man.
Yeah.
You're right, Clay. You're right. Well,
Yeah.
one man did that. One man did that.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's really, there's really no need for these young ladies in this league. And Tiger Woods, you don't have to go back in history.
Right.
Tiger Woods is not that far back in history, whereas though you need to make that, to make the same mistakes that they made.
I'm gonna suggest why it's a need for it, Mike. I'm gonna tell you why it's a need for it. Because something has to give Caitlin and keep Caitlin with this edge. Something needs to keep her illuminated. Something needs to keep her playing with that fire and stuff. You need it. Yeah. It's absolutely needed. It's needed.
I think and Kent Carlson said he enjoyed the hell out of golf too, right? Yeah. I'm trying to get out there on that driving range, but I just think that, I don't know, man.
Like, you got to keep that fire in this young girl. So all the stuff that's coming against her, that keeps that fire alive.
But see, another thing, they say they're getting chartered flights now. They say they ain't used to get flights. Mm-hmm. You know what's after chartered flight? Private flights. Teams with their own planes. That's coming. That's on the way. That's short.
Listen to this. Cheryl Swoops. I watched Cheryl Swoops the other day, right? Cheryl Swoops said that her signature shoe with Nike contract was $175,000. Right. Now, this probably was early 2000, late 90s, right? $175,000. And here you got Angel Reese, you have Asia Wilson, Caitlin Clark, you know what I mean? And they have progressed so much further because of people like Cheryl Swoops, and that's why I said, like, it's they can't really, like Tom said, like, these women are going to destroy their own league, just because they don't have the mindset, or just take advantage of the opportunity that's presenting them now. Basically, is what I'm saying.
And you got to get emotions out the way. You got to get that emotion part of things out of there, and you got to look at things as an entire whole, the whole entity. You got to put your no matter how you feel about certain players. I'm talking about his players. There's no matter how you feel about certain players. You don't like them. You don't get along with it. You know what I mean? You got to put that aside and be like, man, this is best for me going forward and the game going forward.
Yeah. And so, so Antoine says that the reason Mike got players paid millions is because he could draw $50 million in any given playoff game, right? I think Mike helped. The biggest thing about Mike is Mike helped make the game international,
global.
The global. Like when that global money started coming in and circulating, then that's you on a whole nother level. Now you got kids all over the world buying Nike, Adidas, or NBA paraphernalia, consuming, all this, and so all the WNBA really need to do is just to lean into this and allow themselves to grow.
And they can't. And I'm a firm believer. You can't stop it.
Yeah, I mean, if
you can't,
I don't think they can stop. I don't think the players can stop it. No.
I mean, if the league want to fold, that's one thing. But I don't think they're going to fold at this point. And you can't stop the growth. It's been steady growth, even though it's been small. And now you got a boom going on. You can't stop it, man.
When did it start taking like a turn? I mean, I know they still not really turning a profit, but when would the two of you say like the NBA started? I mean, the WNBA, started taking a turn where it starting on this upper trajectory. When how far back y'all think that started?
Well, I think I think it started seeing real good increase when Steph Curry and Kobe Bryant and some of these individuals got behind some of those players. You know what I'm saying? It really started supporting it. But now what is that now? That's that's something else with Caitlin. But I really think, you had, and also the Olympics played a great part in it too, because some of the women's Olympics teams we tuned in to watch them. We love that. We love those women teams. You know, back when it was Dawn Staley and all them playing for the Olympics and stuff. So I just think, you know, it's always been steady, but when Steph and Kobe and them started taking an interest in it, I think they brought eyes with them.
Yeah. I think that
them being girl dads too.
Yeah, girl dads.
Being girl
Kobe
dads
putting his arm around Sabrina,
right,
you know,
right,
and stuff like that. And then when you look at what Sabrina did in the 3-point contest with Steph and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's been
So that's what I'm saying. All right. So I agree with you. When Kobe, you know, he started taking, you know, and Kobe and Steph, and that goes to my next point, right?
Mm-hmm.
That we spoke earlier, we spoke about Angel Reese shoes, the Angel Reese Reeboks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, my thing is with these Angel Reese Reebok, they're a nice looking shoe. I think when you make shoes specifically geared towards the female market, you cut out the men's market, then you limit yourself as far as sales, right? And that's what I think that she did with her shoe brand. I also said the same thing about A'ja Wilson and her shoe brand, right? Because her shoes are geared specifically towards women. And you kind of cut off a big segment of the market when you just gear your merchandise to a certain segment.
Yeah. I look at it differently though, because Nike got the market cornered. So instead of you cutting off something, I like to think you're adding something to what you already have, like a segment that you didn't have by marketing Asia and a female shoe and stuff. Now you're going to bring in a different. It's just like when Tiger brought us to golf, right? Mm-hmm. I think Asia going to bring a certain female demographic now to the Nike catalog, to the Nike shoe, which is increasing Nike even more, bigger market share. I don't think it's about Asia's shoe capturing the whole thing. You bring in these stars because you're bringing in their fan base too, and you're growing your brand, Nike as a whole, you know? Well, so I look at it differently a little bit.
That may work. That'll work for Nike. But if that'll work for Nike, you can do that. You can. But if you are A'ja Wilson and if you are Angel Reese, you want your reach to go beyond what your demographic is. Just like say the same thing like with when Puff Daddy had a beef with what was that liquor brand?
Ciroc.
He had a beef with Ciroc.
Yeah. Was it Ciroc? Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, that vodka, that was Ciroc.
Yeah, he had a beef with them because they were only putting his liquors only in certain communities.
Right.
He said, you limit my growth when you only put me in certain communities. You don't allow me to have that crossover appeal. You limit my growth like that. And so those big marketers know and they understand that. That was my whole point earlier when I said that it'll work for Ciroc. Ciroc can put you in only like the urban community. But he was not satisfied with the urban market. He wanted to cross over into the suburbs. Ciroc didn't want him to do that. So I said it'll work for Ciroc, but it wasn't good for P. Diddy or whoever's marketing.
It wasn't Ciroc. It was the people growing. So it was the fields.
I forgot.
Like other vodka brands was getting fields that Puffy couldn't get. It was more deeper than that. It wasn't about the stores.
I forgot the name of the big
But I understand your point. But even with Reebok, go ahead.
My point is, not the fields, but my point is the market that was selling his like you can't get Mad Dog 2020 in Towson.
Say that again.
You can't get Mad Dog 2020 in Towson. You know what I mean? It don't have that suburban appeal like it do. You know.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have that appeal. It don't have that crossover appeal once you get past
but even with Reebok and Angel, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got what they got. Reebok is established. Reebok is a brand that's thriving, right? They've been around for a long time, right? And now you adding something. You bringing in Angel Reese's little fans.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you're saying. That's a good point. I mean, I see what you're saying. And like you say, you ain't got to corner the market. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, corner the market. Yeah, I got it.
That's not my point. My point is, if it's good for Reebok, it's good for Nike. But if you are Angel Reese and you are and you Asia and Pope, I follow Asia. I follow Asia before she was even in when she was at South Carolina.
Yeah.
I definitely follow Asia. But I mean, it's good for the big brand, but for the little, if you want to expand beyond, you want to grow, it's like somebody stunting your growth. Where is you can't expand outside of your market if they just allow you to appeal to a certain segment in the market. That's my whole point.
Well, Reebok paying Angel.
Yeah, that's not even a part of the equation either.
Well, I'm just saying, as far as the responsibility of how much they expand her shoe, that's on Reebok. They already paid her for that.
That's what it is. Terrence
Yeah,
Jeffers, I appreciate that.
absolutely.
Diego.
Yes, Diego. Yes.
The company.
Yes.
Diego owns Ciroc and other liquor brands, right?
Well, they partner with different celebrity brands and stuff. And Puffy was saying they were discriminating against him and treating other brands better, by the investment they was putting into them. Yeah. But yeah, I hear you, Mike. I just, I don't know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think that they limit themselves when they just try to direct their sales, towards.
Well, you start somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you can come out with an Angel Reese shoe right now, and no matter what they make them and how they make them, I don't know if you're gonna have men and women buying them. I don't know if she's that popular.
I don't know.
Maybe that's what they looked at it like. Well, we just gonna focus on getting the women, to buy the shoes, women and young girls and things like that to buy the shoes, or men buying them for their daughters and things like that. We're focused on that part as a trying to get, like Richard Pryor say, that crossover money. You know what I'm saying? We might not be trying to get that crossover money. Not yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you take a hell of a risk trying to jump out and go from 0 to 100 with a shoe.
That's why I thought it was good marketing strategy for Nike to team Caitlin up with the Mamba brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Mamba brand already had it they was already established. Caitlin comes with her own established brand and market and supporters. So I thought that was a good, that was good. To combine those two brands.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got not only the Kobe fans that's going to, buy them, you also going to have the Caitlin Clark fans that's going to buy them as well.
Yeah, and then on top of that, with like the Caitlin Clark fans and the Kobe fans, and then it more so was like a test run to see like how successful, and the color scheme too also helped. That like that color scheme appeals to men and women.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And men don't buy them just because it's a man's shoe. You know what I'm saying? Because they Kobe. You know what I'm saying? So men will buy them just for that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's a woman's shoe.
Hope says that Caitlin never needed the Mamba brand, but I understand.
Yep.
And to a certain extent, I agree with that, right?
You're
I
right.
think if Caitlin Clark, she's the one female that could have came out with her own brand. Depending now, if she'd have made them pink, like with these other two young ladies, she would limit herself. I think that if she'd have came out with the pink shoes, she definitely would. Because the first thing we saw those blue shoes that she came out with, the Indiana Fever. Oh yeah, I'll get those. Guys was saying that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I agree with Pope. It just depends on like what colors they would have came out for.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna get them. What's the name? If they got them in a small enough size, I'm gonna get them from my granddaughter.
What the Asians?
No, the Mambas that Caitlin with.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
Well, they sold out right now. They got to make more.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah, they went through
come that
them.
small. Yeah, and they probably don't even come that small yet. Yeah. Once they do, I'm gonna get them.
Antoine Baker said a lot of men wear the Asia shoes because they more than one color, right?
Color. Yeah.
And some guys, but like I said, they still got that, like the blue ones she had, they are called A1 Indigo Girls. That's the name of the shoe. It's called Indigo Girls. So I think huh?
I ain't buying that shit.
Yeah, I mean, like Indigo Girls. Why? I'm not buying no shoe called Indigo Girls, Clay.
I ain't buying that shit.
Hold on. I'm gonna show you a picture of it. Like, now the shoes, all her shoes look good, but they all of her shoes look good. Now the blue ones, these
they don't look bad.
Yeah, they don't look bad. But the names, they just Indigo Girl and Indigo, Yeah, so
I'm old school. Give me a pair of J's, man. Give me some Shell Heads. Give me some Stan Smiths. Give me some Airs. I'm old school. I can't get with none of these new tenants anyway,
I paired Chuck Taylors yesterday.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
So.
I don't like the new shoes. I can't get into them because they're not high top. I never.
And they uncomfortable, man. A lot of them, man, them new shoes, man, they uncomfortable as hell, man. Look, we got the age where I'm speaking for myself. I ain't got the age where it's comfort. I want something that's comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, and Nike ain't banking on us buying them anyway.
That's right. That's right.
They're not marketing towards us, Jay Hover Sugar says nobody knows how the CC own shoes will do. Sorry, there isn't enough Clarkies to speculate that, right? But like I said, you have a basic idea though.
I can speculate.
Right, yeah. You definitely have
speculate.
a idea.
He said, Clayton, I can speculate.
I can speculate. Yo, the way they show up in droves for that girl. Come on, man. Went to the Boston Garden the other night, man. Thousands and thousands, man. Everything, every kind of merchandise they put out about that girl, it sell out in minutes. So yeah, I mean, people buy $4,000 tickets to watch her.
Wow.
So you don't think shoes ain't gonna go off to the rack? Come on, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, look, the ones she just put out, they done sold out. They gotta make some more.
Yeah. And so Retro said 13,000 pairs in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes.
Whoa.
That's
Where they
crazy.
do that at?
Whoa.
That's crazy. 13 pairs, 13,000 in 10 minutes.
Yeah, you talking about moving the needle. You talking about moving the needle.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. So look, I don't want to be the one. Go ahead, Mike. You can read something.
You said you don't want to what?
I don't want to be the one man to jump subjects, right? But listen, I want to talk about this this move with Dame Lillard going back to Portland.
Portland, yes.
Yeah, they didn't re-sign to him. Pennies on the dollar because Milwaukee got to finish paying that contract.
They still paying him, yes.
Yeah, they signed him. But the young dude that they drafted, I think 2 years ago, I don't think he was a rookie last year. His name is something Henderson. I don't know if it's Scoop, something like that. Henderson. He's supposed to be a point guard up there, right? And a lot of people say he wasn't able to grow and flourish with Dame there. That's part of the reason why they moved Dame. Last year, with Dame gone, he didn't take the steps that they thought, because I think he was like a top 5 pick, if I wasn't mistaken, in the draft. So they think he wasn't able, because Dame was there. But bringing Dame back, people are speculating there. But Dame gonna be out. He gonna miss most of the year anyway because of that.
And they waiting on him too. They waiting. They don't expect him to come back till the 26-27 season.
Exactly. But I'm just saying though, Do y'all, if y'all familiar with the situation, do y'all think that's a good thing, or y'all think they done with the young boy Scoot Henderson? I think he went to Alabama or Arkansas or something like. If I ain't mistaken, I
watched Scoot play in the G League. He was very successful in the G League, right?
Okay.
And so, but he hasn't really had that breakout type talent or performance at this level that they was expecting from him, right? So they feel like Scoot has kind of underachieved, right?
Right.
And like you said, part of the reason why they allowed Dame to go is because they didn't want to stunt Scoot's his growth and his development.
Right.
But he didn't grow and develop the way they thought he was going to. So they was like, well, we got an opportunity to bring Dame back. We're gonna bring Dame back. You know, and so if Scoot is able to adjust to it, that's cool. If not, you know, it's all on Scoot. But they gave Scoot the opportunity, put him in a position where as though he could be successful, made that space for him, and he just couldn't make that transition the way that he wanted.
How many years has he been in the league now?
He only completed
at least 3. I mean, this coming up at least be his 3rd year.
Okay, he got time. He got time.
Definitely, because he's still young. He's still young. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And he's a point guard too, so he ain't really a scorer like that. He's more so a point guard. But maybe bringing Dame back, maybe they could be like, okay, you can get in his ear. He can mentor him. It's not like they're competing for the same, time slot and stuff like that. And Dame maybe can mentor him, give him some pointers, being a KG veteran. That right. But some people had called in a question of my man coaching up there too. I don't see Portland at all. Chauncey Billups I'm talking about. I don't see Portland at all, so I can't really, speak to that. But they calling in, maybe he's handling them might not be the best thing for the young brother. Going forward, right? But
I can't put no doubt or no blame on Chauncey though, because Chauncey was a point guard himself. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's a guard himself.
Yep. Champion. Yeah. A champion.
And on top of that, I think Scoot, his lack of success, in my opinion, is not for a lack of trying and a lack of effort, right? It's just that, like his size, I think is he not like a real tall guard. He's strong. He got the NBA body, right? But he's not like a real fast guard. He'll be able to get to where he want on his.
What happened, Mike? You paused out.
Oh, could y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my fault. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't think it's all Scoot fault. I think Scoot now just needs somebody. He need like some tutoring or something. Somebody to come in and show him how to play the game at this level. He basically learning on his own.
Be a professional. So look, stay out west, right? Stay out west. Y'all heard about Bradley Beal going to the Clippers, right?
Yes, yes.
Heard about Brad. So what y'all think? Because you got him, you're gonna have, he gonna play maybe about 40 games. You got Kawhi, he gonna play about 27.
Damn, man. Damn, Tom.
Yeah. Like 27, and he gonna have when they get to the playoffs, he gonna play like 2 games in the playoffs, and then that's it. So what do you think? As far as the Clippers making, because they got Bradley. Who's their point guard out there? Does anybody know? They got Harden. They got Harden. Yeah,
they got Harden, but that's what I said. Harden is their point guard, but Harden just so ball dominant.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think when you got Bradley Beal and Kawhi, you need like a somebody that's a traditional guard, like a Chris Paul, somebody who constantly like keep that ball moving and looking to attack that defense. But Harden is not. He's more like an ISO guard.
Harden played well with Kawhi. Now, when you add that third person in there that need the ball, that's the one that's gonna hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's the one that's gonna be stalling. Yeah, but him and Kawhi, they can play their 2-man game together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's that third option. That's that they might be the one that's standing in the corner waiting for the ball to find them. You know what I'm saying?
And see, that's why I said you need like a traditional guard. Like a traditional guard is just going like a guard is going to favor. He's going to look for the mismatches in the defense at all times. If he penetrate, he's going to be able to hit the open man. You know what I mean? But like Harden ain't that kind of guard.
Right. What about Ben Simmons? Ben Simmons played point guard.
He out there. Ben Simmons out there.
Simmons.
Yeah. No. Ben Simmons That he don't even deserve a mention on from me, man.
I'm saying, man. I'm saying he fighting through. You don't need him to be a big scorer, but you know he fighting through. You gotta give a kid a chance.
But I don't think Ben Simmons is a point guard. Just because he played that position, if you really checked him out, he wasn't no point guard, man, that really, you know what I'm saying, ran the offense, got you in your sets, things like that. He wasn't good at that, man.
But I mean, he had some seasons where he almost averaged 10 assists a game.
Well, I know he averaged one year, I think he averaged like 8, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying, you know, I think they tried to make him into be something that he wasn't. Yeah, I think they tried to make him into be, and they fell in love with his skills coming out of school. You know what I mean? He was 6'8", so they oh, Magic Johnson. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? And I think that put a lot of pressure. We saw how he dealt with that, but I think that put a lot of pressure on him that he wasn't ready for. And
he ain't Magic. Yeah.
Well,
man, you can't.
I agree that they tried to make him something that he wasn't, and that is a basketball player. He not no basketball player, man. He not a number one. If you look at a point guard, he not a point guard, right?
No, he's not.
If you put him at the number 2, he not a scoring guard either.
No,
he's not gonna score.
No,
you know. So even when we spoke about him, we saw him at LSU.
Right.
You look at what Mike Beasley did at Kansas State.
Yeah.
You look at what Kevin Durant did at Texas.
Yeah.
He had that same kind of hype, right?
Yeah.
He couldn't even get his team to the tournament.
Sure didn't.
Mike Beasley and Kevin Durant, what they did in college, and he had the same kind of hype and the same kind of he couldn't do it. So we knew then, even before he got to the professional levels, that he didn't even want to, he didn't want to try or play for team,
The thing I think he could be good as say like he played with a traditional point guard, like a Chris Paul, to bring it like in the modern era, things like that. Say a prime Chris Paul, right? Whereas though he can get the ball on the move, right? Because he got size and he's athletic. So you know what I mean, he get the ball on the move where all you gotta do is take 1 bounce, 2 bounce, and he, you know what I mean, he in the lane or whatever like that. I think he would flourish in that, you know what I mean, in that role more than, you know what I mean, trying to run the offense, man. I mean, I think they did him a disservice. I think they did him a disservice trying to, turn him into a point guard, and I don't know why he didn't speak up and say, man, and even if you somebody that's not a point guard but still ball dominant, like a LeBron, for instance, ball dominant, but he's still not a point guard. But still, you know what I'm saying, you're more effective moving without the ball. You know what I mean? They pay all these coaches millions of dollars, man, and they couldn't figure that out with him, man.
I think if Chris Paul could get him to like filling the lanes and running, he would be very effective.
Right.
And then what Chris Paul will have to do with him is to get him to have confidence enough to take shots in that half court. Like once you slow then you know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna say he's not a gifted athlete,
right?
But he like Tom said, he just mentally he just gone.
Right.
That's what his issues are mental.
Yep.
You can see he has he could get his shot if he wanted it. He athletic enough, he can create, but mentally his game is he mentally gone, just like Tom said.
Yeah, and then defensively, he definitely can help you.
Oh yeah.
On the defensive side of the ball, you know what I'm saying? Because he straps up. He always did that. He always did that. Yeah, he always strapped up. So I mean,
yeah. But yeah, man.
But that's all with the NBA. That's all. Embiid, he said James Harden ain't speaking to him, and he think it's because he believes that James Harden believes he's the reason that Harden's no longer in Philly because Embiid ain't want him there. And he said that's not, that's not true or whatever like that. And so I just my little NBA tidbit for the show.
No, somebody brought up Marcus Smart going to the Lakers. What y'all think about that?
Horrible move. Horrible move, man. But I ain't surprised. Lakers do. That's what the Lakers do, man. Clayton, that's what they do, man.
Man,
Horrible move, man. That's what they do.
If I'm Marcus Smart, I don't want to go to the Lakers. I was watching Dalton Connect, and they just run. He don't have no confidence. Even in the G League, he don't look as confident.
You think they ruined that kid already?
Yeah, man. I thought when Connect got traded, I thought that was the best thing for Connect, and then the trade fell through, and they bought him back, and he ain't been the same player ever since, man. I just think
that's tough to do as you're a player, so you already know the organization don't want you. But then do a technicality or whatever, you got to come back. So you're like, well, damn, you know what I mean? I know they really don't want me here. I don't want to be here. You know what I mean? But now I got to go back, you know? But yeah, they got Marcus Smart. Where was he last year? In Memphis?
No, he wasn't with Memphis. He was
Washington, the Wizards.
Yeah.
The Wizards.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I think what they need to be doing with the Lakers this year is just getting ready for that for that tour that LeBron got to take, his farewell tour. Just let him go around to all the cities and collect his little gifts and his little plaques.
So is it just gonna be his year?
LeBron ain't retiring after this year.
I was about to say that. He ain't even saying
he ain't retiring after this year.
So you talking about at least 2 more years he gonna be playing.
The Lakers don't want nothing to do with LeBron after this year.
Right,
man. He ain't going nowhere though.
Right.
I'm telling you, I don't know if it was Time or it was Eastside said that LeBron, and I believe LeBron is afraid to retire.
He could be.
He afraid to retire. I think he's afraid to retire too.
Man, it might be. I used to think the same thing about Tom Brady. I used to think Tom Brady, like, you know what I'm saying? And I think if Tom Brady still had office, like if somebody still wanted to give him a job, Tom Brady still might play. Yeah, he still play.
Man, the hardest thing in the world to do is stop doing something that you love doing. That is so hard, man.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I think that Michael Jordan too, like, you know, Michael, even when when he left the Wizards, he still was talking about going to a few other things. He was talking about going down to Miami, and Shaq was like, no, we don't, you know, Shaq was down there at the time. He was like, no, we don't need that, Jack.
He's like, I never touched all that. If Jordan down there with the But yeah, man, I wouldn't be surprised, man. You know, like you said, man, you love doing it and you're still able to do it. You're like, man, I don't want to stop. You know what I mean? I'm good. I don't want to stop. Yeah, so yeah, I think a lot of professional athletes. I think Jerry Rice was one.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
He ain't want to stop. You know what I mean? If he could have stayed out there, still been effective.
Listen, man, competing makes your blood boil. This is what drives you. And if you can't compete, you can really start having mental issues, man.
Yeah,
you really can.
That's why they said Jordan at one time. That's why, you know, he said that's part of his gambling thing. You know what I mean? Just the competition of it.
Compete.
The competition. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you wired, man. Any of us, if we try to go against how we wired, that shit gonna drive us crazy.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you know, it becomes you got to work through that. You know, it's just like breaking up with a girl. You know, it take like 7 times. You gotta call her and tell her you're not gonna call her no more.
Right. You call. Look, I ain't calling you no more. Let me call her. I ain't calling her no more.
Yeah, man. So
right.
Man.
It's
hard, man.
It's another move that you know what's the name got Cole Anthony down in Memphis now, right? Now they say this might be the beginning of getting Ja Morant out of there. And they saying this might not be bad for Ja or the team. They say Ja might need that change of scenery. And that's why they say they got the boy Cole Anthony. I ain't really, too crazy about him, but you know, he's another guy that's athletic and things like that. So they say, and Ja missed a lot of time for all the injuries and stuff, so he could, fill that role. Go ahead, Clayton. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying the whole Ja missing time because of injuries, I think that's a little overstated. He missed more time because of the fucking suspension.
Yeah.
You know. But
Well,
I Ja Morant, man, that's you talking about something that's generational, man. I don't just move off that.
Well, look, if their record without Ja Morant is the same as it is with Ja Morant, so why, why would they feel that, that like they losing anything if they move off of Ja Morant?
Ticket sale. Ticket sale.
Ticket sales.
Ticket sales. Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's something you're gonna pay to see.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay to go see him.
Yeah.
You
ever hear old ball players? They'll say, "This particular player, I will pay to see." They don't say that about everybody. I will pay to see him play. Ja Morant is one of them talents, man, that people will pay to watch.
Staying in the same draft class, why do you think New Orleans ain't moved off Zion yet?
Exactly.
Why y'all think they ain't moved off him yet? I know Joe Dumars, is he still down there running that organization, or he
with him. He just got there. He with him.
Okay.
Yes, him and Zion, he on there coaching, trying to coach Zion up, talking to him and stuff, they're not ready to move off of Zion. At least Joe Dumars is not ready to move off.
Yeah, I thought they did something by now. If they were gonna move off him, I thought they did.
Right.
Yeah, they gonna play out the stretch with him. They gonna play it out. They like if you turn out to be a bust, you're gonna be a bust here.
Yeah. C. Gazer said that Harden wouldn't be a problem. Do you think that the Clippers can play at the finals? Harden never delivers in big games. However, Clippers is not there yet. Let me see. What big games will there be having coming this season? Right. So Harden is not. Yeah, I mean, Harden got a reputation for not being, for not showing up in big games.
That's true.
And I don't know. I guess they think that if they team him up with Kawhi might be that one person that could get them over the hump. Because,
but he not never healthy.
Right. I think you're right. I just think that Kawhi, because like coming down the stretch, that's Kawhi time, you know what I mean? Because he'd be able to get his shot.
Yep.
And wouldn't be so much pressure on Harden.
I think Kawhi back.
You think he back? I hope he is.
Yes.
I
think he's back.
I hope he is.
Last year,
training room, dude. You ain't talking about him in the training room. You don't think he's back in the training room, dude.
I think he's back. You saw him last year. Yeah. At the end of the year, you saw what he was doing.
Listen, man, Kawhi tough, man. I'm telling you, I just can't bank on him. You know what I'm saying? I just can't bank on him showing up because he always get injured.
He's back.
Yeah, I hope so because I like Kawhi. I
love him.
Yeah, I like Kawhi. And then on the other end, man, ain't nothing, man. I'm telling you. On the other end, man, because they played Phoenix in the playoffs a couple years ago. I think that was Phoenix. And, man, he was playing KD straight up. Like, you ain't got to help, nothing. You ain't got to help nothing. You know what I mean? And that takes so much pressure off the rest of your defense, man, when you can just have a guy like KD be able to get played one-on-one. They ain't got to send no help or nothing.
No doubt.
Yeah. And he couldn't play him.
And Kawhi do for a season. He do. You only can have hard luck for so long. Eventually, you're gonna experience the flip side of that.
But that knee, though, Clayton, that's degenerative, though. That knee is degenerative. That's not like something. You can help it with rest, but it never gets better. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, it never help. Go ahead.
If it's degenerative, he wouldn't have been able to come back. Period. Like, to me, he got to retire if it's degenerative.
Oh yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. I mean, but just if you look over the last 3-4 years, he's not playing. They try to save him, but was that last year or year before they tried to save him for the playoffs? Remember, they tried to save him to the playoffs.
Yeah. As soon as the playoff came, he went out. I remember. But who's telling us this degenerative? Who's telling us that?
No one's telling us that. No one's telling that. And you better not tell nobody that if you Kawhi. That better not get out. Yeah, that better not. Yeah. Because if it is, then it's career over. The
right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't say that.
Yeah, he definitely don't want you to think it's degenerate.
Right. You can't do that. But I love Kawhi though.
Tom says that please look up the numbers for the All-Star weekend. The numbers rapidly went down and ticket prices even went lower. Caitlin, the Caitlin Clark effect. Yeah, they said it went down 50%. Retro says it went down at 50% because of Caitlin Clark. That's crazy.
Damn.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reality of it, though. That's the reality of
it. Yeah. Retro said Tom can't wait for TV ratings to come out. Yeah, but
man, I woke up, turned it on. It was in the third quarter. I turned it right off. It just wasn't a good game, so I get it. Yeah.
Well, it couldn't have been a good game if you ain't watching, because I know you watched them games, so it couldn't have been.
I turned it off, Tom.
Yeah. I started watching some NBA Summer League.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Tom, are you down with this kid Yuri in Chicago? This point guard Asian kid.
Yeah. I seen some highlights of him. Man, dude on the job told me about him.
He nice.
He showed me some highlights. He can play.
He can play. He nice.
Yeah, man, he can play, man. Yeah.
I hope Chicago find a spot because he's somebody that I would watch play. He nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He a pure point guard.
Yeah.
And he can shoot that three. You know what I mean? Like, so you got to come out and play him, and then he gonna go around you, break the defense down, and set up the big man.
That's what I'm about to say, because him and that tall boy they got. I think he was a rookie last year, but he didn't play much for Chicago. Tall dude, looked like he a 7-footer, but they was doing like a 2-man game in that summer league. Man, they was killing with it.
Yeah.
They was killing in that 2-man game, man, because he was coming out there setting the high screen, and then he diving. And that point guard was getting it to him, man. That point guard was he was getting it to him, man.
So you gotta respect this jumper,
right?
Yeah.
He might, like you always go back to his size, man. That might become a hindrance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he only 5'8". He is only 5'8". You know what I mean? But like I said, in today's NBA, where he can shoot that long, he gonna have that space to operate because he can shoot that long three. So you gotta come out there.
Right.
So,
and if not, you know what I'm saying, he can make it. You know what I'm saying? You know how some people like, well, I ain't gonna go out there. I ain't gonna respect it.
Right.
Yep.
Retro says
5'8" though.
5'8".
That's the thing, Clayton. You know what I'm saying? And you know, both of y'all know if you got somebody that can do that, and he's 6'1" or 6'2", he'll get the nod. You know what I'm saying? You
got 6'7", 6'5" point guards and shit. I mean. Well, you giving up a lot on defense with him.
Yeah, he won't be the starter though. You know what I mean? He won't be the starter.
Yeah, but even still, I'm listening.
Even with that, he only 5'8", but then you got to take into effect that he is Asian, right? And so that Asian market is big. So, same thing with Yao Ming. What's the other kid?
Jeremy Lin.
Yeah. So that could play into it too, you know.
It will.
And the fact that he's not a bum.
Right. When what's the name traded Houston, when Houston traded Kyle Lowry for Jeremy Lin, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why would they do that, right? Because at the time I thought Jeremy Lin wasn't as good as Kyle Lowry, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that market down there in Houston, they got that Asian market down there that's going to drive ticket sales.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jersey sales, things like that. So, we was talking about that before. Owners with making business decisions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then when they found out he could play, then you know what I mean? Things really took off.
Right.
Retro want to know, what do you guys think about that the 4-point line? I'm not a fan of the 4-point line.
I don't know. I mean,
I just think it just takes the excitement and aggressiveness and the strategy out of the game.
It definitely takes the aggressiveness out. That's not even, that is no question. It takes that out. the aggressive. Then, all right, so that means them bigs gonna be even further away from the basket because you know they gonna shoot them too. You know what I mean? They gonna shoot them too, so they gonna be even further. Carl Anthony Towns gonna be 35 feet away from the basket now. You know, so I ain't a big fan of it. But man, listen, man, I was saying this right. I don't want us. I mean, us, me, you, and Clayton, right? The guys on the show. I don't want us to be the old fuddy-duddies, man, that can't, you know what I mean, change with the times. And you know what I'm saying? I don't want us to be stuck in our ways and our ways of thinking. And back when basketball was the best, was in the 90s, you know, I want us to be able to come, you know what I mean? I want us to be able to come along and move with the times and stuff. I don't want us stuck in a certain era where we can't appreciate certain
what's happening.
man, we start coming all sounding like Barkley and Shaq, and you know what I'm saying? I don't want us to be that way.
But Tom, I look forward to being a grumpy old man. I think that's some funny shit. When you the grumpy old man, you know what I mean? Just giving people shit just because they young. You know what I mean? I mean, it's, you know, I look forward to being a grumpy old man. Not right now, but you know, in a few more years.
I done found myself saying, "Oh man, back then, oh man, when man was winning, you know, kind of ball, you know what I mean? I want us to be able to change with the times and then appreciate the players that's playing now. And we do it across sports. We do it with basketball, football, you know what I mean? Not so much baseball, but we do it across the sports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was thinking, I thought that was funny.
Any games? No WNBA games coming on today.
No, they still should be on. Brother, they don't break till Tuesday, huh? They don't break till Tuesday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that 4-point thing that they was doing in the I think hopefully that, you know, that's just for the All-Star game. I think
that's all. Yeah, that's all it is.
They'll take that out of there, you know. I don't know who
one time saying they do certain spots on the NBA floor. You know, because they do that during the All-Star game too. Got that like a 4-point spot. And they were saying but they try to implement that permanently, you know, down the line and stuff. But now across the band too gimmicky. Come across the band a little bit too gimmicky, you know.
Right.
Well, go ahead and read it, Clayton.
I see it. Hey, I got a friend that actually has resorted to pickleball.
I heard of it. I already know.
Pickleball, because the court is smaller than tennis. I play some pickleball. Because,
I will play it.
because you ain't got to go nowhere. But even better than that. Even better than that, I play shuffleboard. Shuffleboard, you ain't got to do nothing. You got that long stick. You shoot that little up down the man.
I ain't go pickleball because I got pool. I play pool. I play on the pool table. That's my therapy. But I would try that pickleball.
Yeah, I try pickleball.
Yeah. That's what happens when you turn old man. You start playing chess. Start playing pool. When you ain't as athletic no more.
Stationary games, you know what I mean?
Yes. And Mike played the cornhole shit.
I play cornhole, Cornhole, Nothing physical. I don't even want nobody bumping into me.
Right.
I don't want to break no hips or nothing. You ain't trying.
Right.
I fall and break a hip. They fatal, Jack. When you get a certain age.
You're right.
Yeah, man. But man, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that was in the chat. Want everybody to make sure that they you know, like and subscribe to the channel. And we had in? We had Time Retro, C Glazer, Jim was in here, Brandon Smith. Let me see, Terrence Jefferson.
That dude Baker, Antoine Baker.
Antoine Baker was in here stirring up.
You want to stir the pot, huh? You don't want to stir
the pot. My man Kent Carlson was in here.
The Pope.
Julius Sanders.
Yeah, the Pope. Yeah, the Pope.
Yeah, you gotta put that phone number up, Mike, so homeboy can call in and spit them bars. Hey, man, you gotta listen to his song, man.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna start.
Try
Yeah,
to find it on his channel, man. He got a nice song about Caitlyn, man. I like
all
it.
right, yeah.
Dude
If
can
people want
rap,
to call in,
yeah.
I'm gonna start putting the phone in. Yeah, we could
Yeah.
have people in here, calling in.
That's crazy.
Cool. Yeah, we can do that. Have people calling in. But yeah, man, I want everybody to make sure they like and subscribe. Tune in next Saturday at 1 p.m.
Real quick, Tom, what do you think about the extension TJ Watt got?
Oh, yes, sir. I didn't think the Steelers was gonna pay him. I really
knew they were. Got
I
to.
didn't think they was gonna pay him. And man, he hit the jackpot on that.
Yes,
man.
he did. Yep.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry, Mike. Yeah.
No, you go ahead. Yeah,
no, but the way now, the real quick, I ain't gonna hold y'all up. But the way people getting paid, because it was my man in Cleveland. I can't think of my man. I called him Incredible Hulk. He got it. Now TJ got it. Now
Miles Garrett. Yeah.
Miles Garrett, my man, Miles Garrett. So Micah is up next.
Yeah.
Micah is up next. Now, do you pay Micah more than so go above that? Damn,
Micah
touched on this earlier. Yeah, damn, I forgot about you touched on this earlier, but
yeah, for real.
Parsons ain't making a difference like them boys, man.
Yeah.
I don't think he is.
Dog, TJ Watt, y'all don't win. The Pittsburgh don't win games without that cat.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Offense is real basic. Can't score. This dude make a difference.
Yeah. And he get them strip sacks and stuff.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, man.
But,
yeah.
Well, good thing for Michael Parsons. The market dictates what the market dictates.
And see, Jerry Jones could have got him for cheaper last year. They could have.
He could have. Yeah.
How do you do business in Dallas? They wait till the last minute. Let another team set the market. Now they got catch up now. You know what I mean?
He gonna win by default, man.
Yep. That's right.
Yep.
That's
right.
Not saying he ain't a great player,
right?
But he ain't making that difference like them guys.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
We got to talk
Pittsburgh and Cleveland. They win games they ain't got no business winning because of them two dudes.
Ain't no question. Ain't no question. Yep. You're right.
Yeah.
So next week, man, we got to tap back into that, man. Next week.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, y'all.
Who's this? Murray Thacker, JS, appreciate you. Who else? Oh, Patrick Murphy. Yeah, man. But I agree. I knew they was gonna play. They was gonna pay that guy, man. They had to.
Yeah,
they had
to. Yeah. That changes everything to me for their season.
It
would have that just would have been like suicide, man. That just would have been just.
It just seemed like the way the Steelers. Now that's another team. That's my team. They didn't came into the way the days market works because years ago the Steelers would get rid of you and just replace you, especially like a linebacker position, a receiver position. They just get rid of you. No, we ain't paying that, and they bring somebody else, plug them in, and they can do almost like the same. You know what I'm saying? Almost like the same type of. You know what I mean? Because if you look at Greg Lloyd, you look at James Harrison, you look at Joey Porter, they like the same dude.
Yep. All the same dude.
Yeah, it's like the same dude. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So.
But Pittsburgh looks for a certain pedigree of player.
That's right.
They good picking wide receivers. They good picking runners. They good picking linebackers. They're good at that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, man. But I ain't gonna hold y'all up too more.
Yeah, I'm gone, man.
Yeah, we'll get into that next week.
All right, no doubt.
All right, y'all. Take it easy.
Have a good one.
All right, peace.